think that'll do it. Awesome. Okay. Very good. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Um, Welcome. Thanks for joining, you guys. As you guys are dropping in, I'd love to hear where you're from. Please drop in the comments where you're from. And I'm on live on YouTube as well as on TikTok today. And on YouTube, you guys, if you're watching the replay, if you guys can just put replay in the comments, that would be awesome. And over here on TikTok, you guys, if you want to go and catch the replay and rewatch this because you want to grasp what I'm talking about, you can always go to my YouTube channel, 4 Keys to Wealth, and you'll be able to rewatch the replay. Arkansas. Awesome, Jamie. Thank you. We got Arkansas in the house. I'm here in Utah, north of Salt Lake City, by a little town by Ogden, Utah, if you guys are familiar with that. Thanks for joining. Others, I'd love to hear where you're from. Drop it in. But what we're going to talk about today is how to make money online in 2026. A simple 6-figure system. Okay. Let me share a little bit who I am and my story. So I'm a dad, 6 kids. My wife and I have been married for, it'll be 27 years in a couple of weeks, which we're pretty excited about that. And we always wanted to have kids, and we had them. And I worked full time. We've been blessed that my wife's been able to be home with our children. And so I wanted to be at home with my wife and my children, but I never could because I had to go to work, which I went to work to be able to take care of my family. That was the only way I knew how to make money. And that's the only way they teach you in school, is to get an education, which, don't get me wrong, education is awesome. And then they say, go get a job and work for somebody the rest of your life. How many people got that, were told that? Drop one in the comments if you guys were told that growing up. I think pretty much everybody has. And it's crazy because today, it used to be, Jamie, thank you. It used to be, back in, especially in our parents' time, it used to be that you would be able to, get an education, be able to work for a company. And that company, you'd be able to be loyal to that company, and that company would be loyal to you. You got 9 kids? Holy cow, Jamie. That's awesome. You got me beat by 3. That's great. Congratulations. Are you a stay-at-home mom, or do you have to work? Or I don't know if you're a dad or a mom. Sometimes Jamie could be both. You guys just let me know. I apologize. I really don't want to offend anybody, but I don't want to assume either. So let me know if you work and what you do. So I still wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, but I thought, okay, I'm going to jump into my career and I am going to work my tail off. I'm going to climb that corporate ladder, because what that meant to me, climbing that corporate ladder, was more money. And then I was going to be able to make more money, be able to get out of debt, have money in the bank, and then I'd either be able to retire early or be more of a consulting role and not have to spend as much time in my job, right? That's what I was going to do. Well, I got into my job and I found out that, it's just not that easy to climb the corporate ladder, and not everybody can do it. There's only enough room for 1 or 2 people at the top. And so thanks for joining, you guys. As you're coming in, drop where you're from in the comments. I'd appreciate that. Love to hear where you're from. And anyways, I was doing my career, and I was in my career, right? And I found out quickly that a job isn't going to get you where you want to go. Bronx, New York. Awesome, Jay. Thank you. And Jamie, I hope you're still here. Let me know you're still here. I appreciate that. And we got New York in the house. We got Arkansas. We got Utah. I don't know. Drop where you guys are from. Let's see how far we can get around the U.S. and even around the world. I love it. But my job, in a job, I found out that quite literally, job stands for just over broke. How many people feel that? How many feel like you're working your tail off, you're even working overtime, but you are just barely making it month to month? Okay, put 1 in the comments if that's you. And it's okay, because you know what? more Americans, I forget the statistics, it's something like, I don't know, 90% of Americans have to have two jobs now in order to even survive with the way the economy is and where we're at. And having working for a company, if you can get into a company and they take care of you and they're a good company and they're going to pay you what you're worth, what you're really worth, and you're good, then awesome. I commend you for that. And I say stick with it. But for me, okay, I worked for a company for 17 years. Thank you for the follow, you guys. Thanks for dropping in here. I worked for a company for 17 years. And after 17 years, almost 18 years, back in 2020, they just said, we don't need you anymore. I'm not going to go into the details, but they just said, we don't need you anymore. That was devastating to me because I gave them everything. I sacrificed, worked hard. I was loyal. I worked my tail out for them, and I did my best work. I'd come home exhausted and not being able to be there for my family. Nighthawk, thank you. Thank you guys for joining. And it was very frustrating to me. But it actually was a blessing because it helped me realize that I didn't want to have a job for anybody. I didn't want to have a job or work for somebody if I couldn't help it the rest of my life. But I did get another job. I got a couple others, and I've made more money than I ever had before. And then just this last week, the company I've been working for 3 years, consulting company, dropped me again. And so I'm jobless right now, but I have this business that I'm building where I am making money and I'm building it and it's my own and I own it. And I'm super excited about it because this is going to give me the life that I always wanted. And this is exactly what I was searching for. And let me show you what you guys need to find in a business system. Okay. Most of us work 8, 10, 12 hours, sometimes more than that a day, right? How many people have jobs? You may be at your job right now and just sitting, scrolling, watching. Put yes in the comments if you guys are at your work right now or if you have a job. I love to hear where you guys are at. Okay. Today I get to be a stay-at-home dad and go and get, yes. Okay. Awesome. And I get to we homeschool a couple of my kids, and my wife took a sub job so that we could have a little bit of money coming in on top of what I'm doing here until we can totally replace my income. And so, but I'm excited because I get to go be with my kids and be the school dad. And we did it yesterday, and it was just awesome. So much better than having a job, let me tell you. But in this simple 6-figure system, you got to have a website, you got to have an email, you want master resale rights for 100%. And we're going to talk about each one of these, Kay. And you want mentorship, and you want 2 to 3 hours. Some you can do for 2 to 3 hours daily, so you can do it around your job and around your family, okay? And digital marketing is the perfect opportunity. Did you guys know in 2027, the e-learning industry is projected to hit $1 trillion? Right now, it does $1 billion a day, and it's going to go to $3 billion a day just in the next year, guys. That's huge. That's explosive growth. And I know AI is helping drive some of that as well. Okay, AI is powerful, and we don't need to fear it. I use AI. I used it in my job every day. By trade, I'm a software test engineer, and I used AI in my job, and it was a great tool. It helped me be more effective. It helped me learn quicker. It helped me get the job done faster. That's all it is. And in this, okay, it can help you build a 6-figure business. Okay, and we teach that. And but one thing that AI cannot replace, and that is human connection. AI will never replace humans. How many's with me on that? Put yes in the comments if you guys agree with me. If you don't, that's okay. But AI is never going to replace humans. We're humans. And yes, is AI. Hey, George. Thanks, Jamie. AI is definitely going to replace some jobs. Glad you're still here, Jamie. AI is definitely going to replace some jobs. Just like the internet. When the internet came out back in 1995, it replaced jobs. But everybody thought that was everything. Everybody went into the internet 100%. they said, well, there's no longer going to be brick and mortar stores. Everything's going to be online. You're going to do your shopping online on your computer. Okay, that was before all the phones and everything came out. Do we shop online? Yeah, I think more shopping is done online for sure. But are brick and mortar stores gone? No, they're not. Did it change? Did it replace some jobs? Did it, change things? Yeah, it definitely did. And AI is going to shift things, and that's where you guys need to shift as well and shift the way you make money, okay? Because if you end up being let go on your job and your job is no longer there, what are you going to do? You've got to learn a skill. That's all it is you just got to learn another skill, okay? Like I talked about, we go to school, we learn a skill, and then we go get a job, right? Well, no different here. You got to learn a skill which you can use to build a business online, and that skill is digital marketing. And then you take that skill and you turn it into a business online doing digital marketing, and you can make money. The benefits to doing it, digital marketing, is you can do it anywhere. There's systems out there that you don't have to be techie. You don't have to know everything. And you can plug into a system and you can start learning from day one and start earning as well. The system that I use, you can set up in 48 hours and get earning right away. I love it. Thank you, Jamie, for sending that heart. I appreciate that. And so let me dive into what a simple system looks like, okay? And it's not that hard. And I'm going to try and draw this so it doesn't look so messy on the board. Patiently waiting. What you waiting for, George? For me to get into more of the meat? I apologize. Thank you for the follow. And if you're new coming in here, we got Arkansas in the house. We got New York, Utah. And sorry if I forget some of the other ones that were here. Drop where you guys are from. Love to hear where you're from. Okay. All right. So number one, the website. Okay. It doesn't have to be a complicated website. Okay. I know a website can also be very overwhelming and daunting to people because you go to a website and there's so much, especially if you go to like Costco or like a Macy's or a Walmart, right? Or even probably the websites that you use at work for things. There's a lot there. Okay. You're in the UK? Awesome, my friend. We reached out to the UK. I love it. Thank you so much for joining. I have ancestors from the UK down in the Isle of Wight, and I haven't been there yet, and I want to go. One day. Closest I got is I was in France on the other side of the English Channel, down in Compiègne. Don't know if you're familiar with it, but I lived in France for 2 years on a mission for my church and loved it. Loved every minute of it. And I flew through England, through Heathrow, but I didn't get to see it. That was like 20 plus years ago. Anyways, so I'm a software test engineer, okay? Well, I test applications, I test websites, and it can be very daunting. I know how to build a website, but the problem is on that website, you have copy, right? You have your title up here, you have maybe a picture, you have your email, okay, and more text, okay? But that text has got to grab people's attention and share your message. And so you got to know how to do that. Then all you need is another page here that has a video, and that video is going to explain your offer. It's going to explain what you have. That's the other thing. I forgot to write this down, is you got to have a product, okay? You got to have a product. These 6 things you got to have, a product or a service, in order to have a online business system, okay? Because if you don't have a product or service, it's not a real business, right? But in order to have a real business, you got to provide a product or service, okay? So you got to have a video explaining what that is, okay? Talking to the person, your perfect customer. And then they can go to more detail that explains all your packages and everything. And then, okay, and this is kind of like your sales letter. This is this is kind of a thank you that explains it right for entering their email. And then they can go and they can make a purchase off of those websites, okay? Now that's it. That's all you need. Hey, my friend Braden. First year due in August. Goal is to have my own business and spend more time with fam once he's here. That is an awesome goal, my friend. And if I would have known this, and it wasn't even possible to do this when I was married back in 1999, that gives you a little bit more where my age is at. Where you were at, that's exactly what I wanted to. Okay. But I didn't know how else to do it. But now we have the systems and technology, Braden. You can definitely do this. So look into it. You guys, everything I'm talking about today is in this blueprint. Okay. This blueprint tells you how a simple system that you can put together, you can get it totally done for you too, but you can literally take that blueprint and build a simple 6-figure system. And I'm giving it to you for free today. So you can get it, link in my bio. The other thing you can do is this icon down here, the orange icon. If you go to that, you can submit your information. And then I will personally, after this, go and email you and tell you how you can get the blueprint, as well as how you can join my community where I teach more of this and teaching the 4 keys to wealth about leadership, faith, leadership, financial literacy, and leverage, business leverage systems. Because I believe you need all 4 of those keys to wealth in order to live the life you've always wanted. And so this today, we're talking about leverage. And you need to have this because just like in my job, I automated. Thank you, La Machine. I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't speak that. But thank you for the follow, you guys. Just like in my job, I write automated programs that would test this for me, right? Instead of me doing it manually, it saved me time so I could go do other things. So I always thought, man, if I had a business system, using technology to automate my income, I would love it. Okay. Just like in my job, though, you can never automate anything 100%, and you can't here either. But you can definitely automate it to the point where you're spending 2 to 4 hours a day. And if you get really good at it, even less. And then you spend the rest of the day with your family, because then this is out working for you 24/7. Okay. That is huge because it works for you while you sleep. It works for you while you're working. It works for you while you're with your family. Okay. And it's the best side hustle you can start because it's not one where you have to go be present. It's not one where you have to get in your car, drive around for hours, making a little bit at a time. Okay. So you need to find a simple system like this that has these pieces in it. Okay. The other thing is I was talking with a fellow. You go online and you see people that have 1 million followers. Okay, you probably follow some of them on TikTok. There's a fellow that reached out to me. He had 1 million followers, and he's like, "I need help. How do I monetize this?" And so I pointed him to the blueprint, the system, and I was like, "Dude, if you don't capture those followers into like an email list and giving them something of value, if you get banned on TikTok or you lose your account, you're going to lose all of that." Okay. My 7-figure mentor, Michelle O'Neill, who built a 6-figure system and that I'm plugging into and using, and you guys can too. I'm just giving you what one looks like. Teaches that you need to build an email system. Anybody that's super successful online, you need to have an email list, okay? Because if you lose your account, that's gone. You don't have your audience, you don't have anything. So you need to build an email list, but you can't just build an email list. You've got to give them something of value, okay? Something they're going to be wanting to learn about and grow. And for me, I share the blueprint, okay, on how to build a 6-figure system, okay, on how that can work for you. And when they come in, okay, they put their email in and they get the blueprint sent to them. The first email has the blueprint, right? And then there's subsequent emails that teach things, that share my story, that really connect with people, okay? And then that does the follow-up for you, and your website does the selling for you. And I love that. I love getting here on live and just sharing my story and sharing what I'm learning, because I think people need to know that there's another option. My goal here today, guys, is to help you just have a shift in seeing that there's something else out there. There's other ways to make money, that you don't have to work and grind, every single day, the grind, put your nose to the grindstone, right? And work so hard, barely making it, barely getting by, that there is another way. Okay. And you can leverage technology to do it. The best part about it is you don't have to be a techie. You don't have to know how to do it. Okay. Number one, I can support you and help you because I am a techie. Number two, the program that I sell that has all this done for you and everything, it will teach you step by step exactly how to do it. Thank you for the follow, my friend. So just call me the hope dealer. I'm giving you guys hope, hopefully, that you can see that there's another way, a better way, that you can literally shift the way you make money, come home, be an at-home dad and mom, so you can be with your kids. I really believe that we need to be home with our kids. What is it? So it's a digital marketing system and program. And Mark, living the dream reselling. Awesome. What are you reselling, my friend? And so that you can purchase it or you can build it. This blueprint here, right there, you can get, that I'm giving away for free, that explains how you can put a six-figure system together and what all that entails. And you can literally take that and build a six-figure system, or you can purchase it, which is what I sell. And if you want to, guys, it's great. It's already done for you. You don't have to create all of this. It's already done for you and teaches you how to market and do all of that. So, which takes us into, so email is critical. Okay. Email is part of your automations. You set it up so the emails go out automatically. Okay. And which means you don't have to be calling. You don't have to be contacting. You guys, this was a huge game changer for me, because the only other way I knew how to make money, or thought the way you can make money, is network marketing. Okay. Or you start a traditional business. And I'm like, most businesses fell like that, right? Thank you, Nathan. I completely agree. That is part of the, I'm going to sidetrack real quick because Nathan said that. I agree, my friend. That's the reason we have problems in our society today. We need families to be together. We need mom's home, mom and dad's home. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm sharing, is a different way to make money, because jobs take moms and dads out of the home and the kids get raised by somebody else. And that's a problem. God never intended families to be that way. And we need eternity. Agreed, my friend. Families are the building block of eternity and here on earth. Thanks, Nathan, for bringing that in, my friend. It sounds like we have a lot of the same beliefs and values, which is awesome. And so part of my goal here is to help you guys see that there is another way, and that you guys can plug into something and start making some real money. Okay. And the thing I was talking about with network marketing, I thought that was really the only other way, because what appealed to me is a system. I had mentorship there, and I didn't have to create a product. The contact form is this little orange icon. It's like a little chat box with an arrow. It's orange there. If you click on that, you can submit the contact form. Let me know if you see that. Okay. And then as you guys submit, there's a link there to be able to come and join my community I was talking about, where that's my goal. That whole community is to get like-minded dads and moms. I say dads here because it'd be kind of weird of a guy trying to look for 5, women that I can help, but literally parents. But I'm being very niche, which I'm supposed to be in digital marketing. But dads and mom, all going to come join my community. We're 90 something strong now. People joining. That's what we're doing, is helping leverage business systems, upping our leadership, learning financial literacy principles, and increasing our faith and building our faith in God and Jesus Christ to give us a good foundation. And so come join that. I'd love for you guys to do that. It's totally free. And in there, I'm getting better at teaching and sharing more and more stuff to help you guys be successful. So, and you can find that in the contact form, or And I'll email you that link as well. So I'd love to have you guys come join. So in network marketing, you have those, mentorship, a product, and a system you can plug into, which was awesome because working full time, you don't have a lot of time to do that. When you work full time and you have a job, or you have a job and your family, you don't have a lot of time to go and build a business, right? It's very risky to go and build a traditional business, and then you've got to quit your job because there's no way you have time not to build a business, right? How many average hours per day? Well, to Scott, a difference between everybody, because initially you're probably gonna have to spend some more hours. But the cool thing is you can do it around your family, and you can do it a little bit at a time. We have a routine I'm going to share with you here that you can do it in 2 to 3 hours a day, but it's going to take consistency, doing it daily, and it's going to take work. And if you do that, and if you understand compounding interest, which is for money, it's the same thing here. Compounding will take effect, and it will grow, and you'll be able to make money. Does that make sense, Scott? Thanks, Levert. Appreciate that, my friend. Do you actually say it Levert? Do you actually say it that way, or how do you say it, my friend? Did I say it right the first time? Sorry if I totally muffed it up. User, how much does it cost to join? So to join my community, it doesn't cost anything. And there are paid modules in there if they're going to help you. But to purchase this done for you 6-figure system that I have and resell, I'm going to go into that. I'm going to share with you what the got it right the first time, Levert. Okay, awesome, my friend. I speak French, and so when I see your name, I want to say it in a French accent, French way. But I love that. Thank you. I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how much this costs, okay, and what I share with 5 streams of income. But I want to talk about network marketing so you understand the power of this, okay? In my network marketing company, I earned $12.50 per sell. That's it. That's 25% is all I got, okay? And if I wanted to make 6 figures, I would have had to have sold that product 8,000 times. That's a lot. And the way I was being taught was make your 100 names list, contact everybody you know. When you exhaust that, you need to contact everybody that comes in 5 feet of you when you're out and about, and go. I would go contacting in the malls because I wanted so bad to make money outside my job and replace my job so I could be a stay-at-home dad. And I worked my tail off, and I ended up losing time with my kids. And that's actually what led me to digital marketing, because I wanted to find a way to find customers online so I didn't have to go contacting. I didn't have to bug my friends and family. I hated it. And that's why I love this, is I can go online and I can find like-minded people, those who are interested, and be able to share this with them and help them solve their problem of being able to make some money outside their job, or replace their income so they can be stay-at-home parents, or so they can pay off their debt, or just have some breathing room in the budget. Whatever the issue is, I can help them do that, okay? And so I'd have to make that much, many sells. So in the program that I sell, okay, we're going to do this in black. There's 5 different levels, and we do that because not everybody can do, these top levels here. So 1,400, 900, 600, 300, and 100, okay? Those are the packages I sell. Our 2 top selling is 1,400 and 900. Why? Because with these 2 packages, like I mentioned her before, Michelle O'Neill, she's actually live right now. I'd love to connect with her. But anyways, she gets on. She's a 7-figure earner. She's done this in 3 years. And she's the one that is the creator of this. And she gives us the master resale rights to resell that. And I'm going to explain that here in just a second. But she gets on, and this is where the mentorship is so key, guys, and that's why this is different than just a course. You get interactive mentorship. She gets on every Monday, if you have these 2, and you're able to be taught by her and mentored. It's on Zoom. She allows you to ask questions at the end, and she literally will stay on. If even there's 20, 30 people, she will answer questions, and you get to interact with a seven-figure earner, understand how they think and how she's doing this. And she's teaching us how to do this. Not only that, we learn other ways to bring other streams of income in. Okay. And then these you also get, and these other ones get this as well now. On Thursday, she teaches every other Thursday. And then we have other six-figure earners that are in the community, because you get to be part of a community of over 58,000 people. And in there's 127 six-figure earners, and they teach on Thursdays, every other Thursday. Plus we have a mindset coach that comes in. You guys, the value that comes with this is incredible. I found a program that I was using to try to put my network marketing company online that I literally spent 30 times that. And I'm not kidding. Okay. I spent a lot of money, and I had to do everything. And I was struggling because I didn't know where I needed to focus, because I was trying to do everything. Where this takes all the guesswork out for you, does everything for you, other than you learning the marketing skill, which is what you absolutely need to earn. And that's the six-figure skill. Just like learning how to change the oil on your car. If you know how to change your oil on your car, it's a skill. You've learned it. If you don't, and you try to go at it your own, you can maybe succeed. You're going to hit a lot of roadblocks. You're going to, you may ruin a car. It's going to be expensive. But if you have a mentor there right next to you teaching you how to change your oil, you're going to be able to do it flawlessly. You're going to have help. You're going to get it done. Maybe not flawlessly. You may mix up and have some problems here and there, but you're going to actually do it and not have a broken car or whatnot. And you'll get better at it the more and more you do it. How many's with me on that? Okay, put one in the comments. It's no different here. It's just a skill. You have mentorship walking you through that. Okay. Now, master resale rights. How many people know what master resale rights are? If you do, drop a 1. If you don't, drop a 2. Okay. I'm going to tell you, master resale rights is all around us. So DO and the double, here are your options. 1,400 down to 100. We have payment plans. You get a website. You get access to the mentorship. You get a resell. So if you purchase a 1,400, you get a resell all 5. You purchase 600, you get a resell these 3. Okay, and you get to make 100% profit. So it comes with a business in a box, and it's an interactive program to teach you digital marketing and gives you the tools and a product to resell, so you can start learning and using and learning and earning at the same time. Levert, thank you. So 2, okay. Hopefully that answers your question, my friend. You can go to my website and you can check out all the packages and details. There's bonuses in there. There's so much, guys, value. If I would have known this, I would have just got this to start with and not spent so much money. I would be just where I learned a lot, but I wouldn't have wasted as much money. Okay. I was super excited when I saw this and how much value is in it. And so master resale rights. Okay. It's all around us. And once I tell you this, you're going to see it everywhere. Okay. I'm going to bet you have a phone, right? You're probably on your phone watching TikTok right now or on YouTube. If you're on a computer, that's okay too, but you probably have a phone most likely, because pretty much everybody does. Who created that phone? Okay. iPhone, Apple creates it. An Android, usually it's Samsung or Motorola. Okay. I'm on my iPhone streaming right now, so I can't show you that, but I have a Motorola phone here that we know works. An iPhone works, right? We don't question that it works or not. Now you have your carrier. Why does your carrier not create a phone? And they resell their phones. They have master resale rights to resell the phone. They don't need to create a new phone. They don't need to compete with Apple or Samsung or Motorola, right? They just use a product that already works, and then they add the service to it, and it works even better. And then they make billions of dollars. Does that make sense? This shirt, okay, it has a little logo brand here. This shirt, I'm sure, is sold elsewhere and rebranded to be different, but it's the same shirt. Okay, you go into Macy's, Walmart, any of these stores, they have their own brand, but they also resell other brands. So Levert, does that make sense? They have master resale rights to resell things. Now, when you go and you start looking around, you're going to a store, you're never going to not see that anymore. You're going to see how many people make money off of other products that they didn't even create. What I love about this, awesome. What I love about this is it's digital. It's digital. I don't have to ship anything. I don't have to keep inventory. And I can do it anywhere. I can literally do it on my phone. And all I need is just a decent mic and my phone. And I got to be in there, good lighting. And I can literally do digital marketing. Okay. And I can use ChatGPT to help me on my phone. I can take pictures. I have video. It's all there, guys. And you can do it all on your phone. Yes, some things you need to do on your computer. It's easier, like setting up your website. But you could probably even do that too, because I've even looked at stuff on my phone doing that. Anyways, so that is super powerful. So if I sell this at $1,400, guys, all I need is 6 customers a month, okay, for 12 months. And I can make, and this is 12 months as well, guys, and I can make over 6 figures. But all I need is 6 customers, and that is huge. And I saw that, I'm like, awesome. I can find 6 customers. I can do that. And it's just a skill. Again, like it's all taught inside here, okay? So that's the product and service, is the website, the training. You get the email and website. You get all the interactive training and mentorship, okay? That's the product. The other thing, you guys, you can literally take this blueprint, which you can get at my link in bio or down here. You can fill out that form and get the blueprint that talks about all this. And you can literally take that. If you know what you're doing, you can turn that into a 6-figure system, putting in all, I think there's 5 things it talks about in there. You have all 5 of those things, you can do it. And I talked about them here. Website, your email, okay, you get master resale rights, okay, a mentorship, and a 2-hour workday, okay? You can literally rebuild and build a 6-figure business off of it. You really can, okay? And what I wanted, so that's the product, service. Let's see, what I'm missing. You guys with me? Questions? Thoughts? Is this providing some value to you? Put yes in the comments if it is. If it's helping you kind of see a different way, I'd love to hear from you. And if this is helping you, awesome. Okay. How many people would like to have a digital marketing business? Put 1 in the comments if you guys would like to have a digital marketing business. Because that was me. What that meant for me, awesome, you guys. 1, I would, awesome, you guys. Very good. Me, and that was me, because what that meant to me is time and money freedom. Now, I know that means different for everybody else, but for me, mine was, as I've talked about before, is if I didn't have to go to a job because I have a business bringing me money and working for me 24/7, and it's automated, where I spend 2 to 3 hours a day working in this, and then I spend the rest of the time with my kids, either homeschooling them or going and taking them to lunch while they're at, if they're going to school, being with my wife, working around my home, serving others in my community because I had time. That's the life I wanted. Am I there yet? I'm going to be flat honest. I'm not there yet. Okay. In fact, I just lost my job last week, and I've been doing this and building around my job. And thank goodness I have a foundation that I'm able to springboard off of to start earning even more money to replace my job and be able to start to live that life. Okay. It's been awesome not having a job, but not awesome when you don't have money coming in. I have a little bit because I'm building this, and it grows. It's not a get rich quick. It takes some time. It takes some work. It takes some consistency. Now, if you have some previous experience, I can tell you some people take off and they're able to do it in 10 weeks or 6 months or whatever. Okay. And that may be you, but don't do it on your own. Okay. And if you have a mentor that's going to help you, that's going to compress that time, because they're going to help you see your roadblocks. They're going to help you point you in the right directions and get you learning quicker the things you need to learn and the skills you need to learn in order to get to there faster. Okay. Thank you guys for the follow and thank you for liking the live. I really appreciate that, you guys. You guys have been awesome. That is just awesome. So let me dive into the 2 hour workday. Okay. We talk about getting 6 customers online. Okay. One of the things that's awesome with social media is that there's 5 billion people on social media. The bad thing is there's 5 billion people on social media. So how do you get people's attention on social media? Okay. And the program here teaches you that. And I'm going to go into that just briefly. But the first thing you do in your 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours a day, okay, so this is your daily routine. You guys want to take a screenshot of this when I'm done here. So for an hour a day, you're going to want to do 3 posts on social media. Okay, now those posts, you want to make them show a transformation for people. You want it to be valuable to them. Okay, a lot of people come online, especially on TikTok, to be. Thank you for the follow, you guys. I appreciate that. A lot of people go just to be entertained and decompress and just forget about the stress you have to deal with. I get that. I've done that. Okay, and that's normal. And when people are in doing that, you've got to be able to get their attention. And not everybody's going to stop and look at your stuff. Why? Because not everybody's going to be interested because they don't see they have a problem or they don't want your product or service. When you're driving down the freeway and there's billboards, you may look at it, but some of them you're like, oh man, I got to go buy that. But most of them you're like, nah, not interested. But they still put billboards up. Why? Because they don't need anything. What business you suggesting that dad start? So Brandon, good question. So what I'm suggesting is plugging into this Legacy Builder program. Has everything you need, especially for beginners in digital marketing. It's a business in a box. It gives you a business that you can use to learn digital marketing on, as well as start earning money, and you earn 100% profit with any of master resale rights to it. And that's built off of this blueprint that I'm sharing that you can go get, a link in my bio, or you can fill out this form here, and then I'll send it to you how you can get access to it after I'm done here on the live. And so that's what I'm sharing. And I'm hitting the last points here of the 2 hour routine that you want to have once you get this all set up and running in order to bring traffic to your website. So you got to have traffic going to your website, right? Because if you don't have traffic going to your website, then put social media here. Okay, if you don't have traffic going to your website, then you're not going to sell anything, right? You could have the most amazing product, but if you don't know how to market it, then you're not going to make any sales because people aren't going to know about it. Does that make sense? And so, as I was talking about, there's 5 billion people on social media, which is awesome. And I only need 6 to make 6 figures with this. Okay. How many people that would replace your job? It's $8,400 a month. Excuse me. Put one in the comments if that would replace your job income. Okay. Most people that would replace. Okay. And so how do you stop the scrolls we were talking about? One, awesome, Justin. Right. Or maybe even just replace a second job for you. Even if you earn maybe 300, 600, 900, even one a month, right, could replace a second job. Okay. It's awesome. And that becomes like a no-brainer, right? And you can earn more than doing some of the side hustles, going and putting wear and tear in your car that you have to pay for and take time away from your family. That's what really appealed to me, is I didn't have to do that. Okay, when you're doing these 3 posts, you want to do one that's 7 seconds. Okay, you want to do one that's 30 seconds, and you want to do one that is 1 minute. Okay, and in the 7 seconds, all you're trying to do is share awareness to people. Okay, and you can do a B-roll, maybe text on the screen. A B-roll is somebody just driving, you're looking out the window, a text on the screen. We see those all the time with music behind it, right? That is I need out there trying to fire the honest guys here. Spanish guys have taken the jobs here. Yeah, that's me, please. I'll pay you back. Taking the job. I know it's hard. It's really hard, you guys. Best thing I can do for you is teach you how to fish, my friend. And that would be following this blueprint. And we got payment plans, and I'd lockstep arm with you and help you build this online. Okay. And I get it. It's tough. I just lost my job last week, but I'm glad I already had this going. So I have some money coming in already. Okay. And it's basically more security than job. um, yeah. So Justin, if you want to do that, go to this link down here, enter your email, and then you'll have a link to come join my community. And at that point, I'll send you a way that you can get on my look at my calendar, and we can set up a one-on-one, and let's see how I can help you. Okay, so submit that form, and then after you submit the form, you'll have a link to go to my community. It's free to join that, and then I'll send you a link on how to book a one-on-one call with me and coaching call, and we can see how we can help you or do what we can do. Okay, you bet, my friend. And it's not a sales call, guys. If this isn't for you, it's not for you. That's just fine. If it's for you, great. Let's lock arms and let's get this done and get you making some money. Okay. But you want to make awareness. Okay. And the program teaches you how to do your hook, how to connect, how to do that. Okay. You link. It's just go to this icon down here, this orange icon. It's the Service Plus from mine just went blank, from TikTok. There's their Service Plus. You can do that and enter your information, and then you'll get the link to my community. You can come and join on school, where I'm adding more and more and teaching more and more of this out there. So, but back to here. So you got to do that. That's awareness. 30 seconds can also be awareness, but you also want to build trust. And how you build trust is educating and helping share value. Okay. And I'm getting better at that in my videos. I'm working on sharing a whole business plan and taking the blueprint and even drilling in deeper and having this whole map that you guys can follow and follow it step by step to learn how to put this business online. Okay. And then you want to have videos that do conversions. Okay. That have CTAs that say, hey, link in my bio, or comment blueprint, and I'll send you the details. Okay. That actually moves people. We've been taught all year, our whole life, we're always told what to do. And we need people to tell us what that next step is, because that's what we're used to. And part of what I teach in my 4 Keys to Wealth is how to be a leader. So you get to direct your own life and learn how to do that, rather than being, having to be told everything to do, and actually really be free and be wealthy that way. So that's a 3-hour post. Okay. The other thing, 1 hour, 3 posts on social media, 30 minutes. There's a free ad strategy, and I need to do this more. I go live on TikTok and stuff, but Michelle O'Neill, when she started, she's an introvert. She's like, I don't want to go live. I want to do free ads. And so she did that. And she literally, with no monthly expenses, that's the other thing, guys. There's no monthly expenses with this. Once you get it set up, there is a $69 fee here and a $39 fee at one time that gets you access to the actual website that you can download. And we use an application called system.io that you can run this whole thing on when you're starting out for no monthly expenses. The only thing you'd have to get to is your domain, purchase a domain name, and then your professional email with your domain name. Okay. And you own that. That's what I love about this too, versus network marketing that I was doing, is I actually own it. I'm not a contractor to a company. This is mine, and I get to own it and do what I want with it. Right. Okay. But the free ads, she built 6-figure business in 6 months using free ads. It was a huge game changer for her. And she started going live after that too. Okay. Then the other 30 minutes, what you do is you answer comments and emails. Okay. And you do this 2 hours a day. If you're answering a lot of emails and comments and they're spending more than 30 minutes, then great. You're most likely making money, and that's fine. So that is the 2-hour routine. The 3rd hour, what I talk about is training. Okay. And how you do that, especially if you have a job, is you jump on the trainings on Zoom, listen in, or there's also modules you jump in and you start learning. You can do that. I call it net learning, which is no extra time learning. No, PH, good question. You don't have to show your face on the videos. There's people in here that they just can't because of their job and nature of work or whatever, or they just don't want to. The challenge with that is there's so much AI in the world today that you don't know. It's hard for people to differentiate what's real or not. And it's really hard to build that trust if you're not showing your face. Because the more AI becomes more prevalent in technology, guys, this right here is going to be more valuable than anything, because you can see I'm a real person, I'm interacting, okay, and I'm not an AI generated avatar. However, having said that, PH, you can do it. You just have to, what Michelle tells people, and it is in here too in the program teaching you how to do it, is you got to put a lot of emotion into it so you can connect with people, and you got to be super consistent and don't miss anything, so they know that you are, you're real and building it. Hope that answers your question, PH. So yes, it's possible to do. I wouldn't do it because I want to connect with people. I want my kids to see that I am online on my face and I'm being a real person. So the other thing, so net learning, guys, no extra time learning. That means you turn it on in your car. You turn it on while you're exercising. You turn it on while you're doing something around the house. You're doing something you need to get done, but you're also learning at the same time, okay? And you can do that. You can really do that. And you just want to be learning every single day, and you want to be moving forward. Because the more you learn, the more you do this, the more it compounds. When you post, you're building digital real estate. And this is automated too. It's always out there. Okay. So the other thing that's super valuable, you guys, talking about AI, Michelle, our founder and mentor, we didn't have to pay a dime for this, but she just dropped in our program, the $1,400 program, a whole module. My daughter's texting me. Hold on. Almost done. Give me 5 minutes. Or what's up? Okay, I'm going to finish with this. She dropped in a whole program module about AI, teaching you how to use it. And what is in there, if you went and Googled everything that's in there, you would have to purchase it for around 10 grand, okay? That is just part of the program. Talk about value. Huge, guys. So I got a jet, but if you guys want the details, you want the blueprint, again, you can go to this icon. You can send me your email. Then you'll be given a link to go to my community, and you can sorry, this is part of being able to do this and be able to be there for my family. And you can join my community for free, where we're going to lock arms and we're going to build a business with you. The other thing is the other way is just the link in my bio. You can get the blueprint that's going to show you all of the details of it. Okay. And you can go you can take it and you can literally build what you want off of it and learn more about it. So if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Go get the blueprint, reply back an email. I will never DM you inside TikTok. I don't have WhatsApp. So if somebody's coming at you, they say they're me, and they're DMing you specifically, it's not me. Okay. If you DM me, I will reply, but I don't go and just DM people, because I don't do that anymore. I did some of that in my network marketing company and I hated it. And besides most of that, it's just all a bunch of just not good. It's not real. They're real fake people trying to take advantage of you. And so be careful out there, be safe. But appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the questions and interactions. And I wish you guys over here on YouTube, and I say goodbye to you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. And we'll talk to you later.